What's up guys, Nick here. Just bringing you a quick video, just showcasing you the build that I've re-rolled into. It's been quite a lot of fun. It's a low life righteous fire build. So the initial concept for this idea I got from Lid, who is a great YouTuber, and you should definitely check him out in the description below. It was his videos that actually inspired me to re-roll into this, which then led me to a person called Scavenger is not OP, who had a very interesting looking POE, which I've sort of copied and followed along, which is sort of the baseline for this video. So this is not necessarily my guide. This is more so to just bring awareness to those two. However, I'm not sure who the original founder or who the original idea for the build was for, but I just thought I'd let you guys know that before we begin. I'd also like to let you guys know that this build is extremely expensive, so you'll be needing at least 300 divines to get to a point where this build is anywhere near as close to what mine is and how mine feels. So just to let you know that, and also just to give you guys a warning that this is not a bossing build. So this is purely a mapping build. You will be able to kill normal non-Uber bosses, Exarch, Maven, Eater, and a lot of T17 bosses. But if the maps are too intensive, then you might not be able to kill all of the map bosses. So just so that you're aware of that before we begin. So what is the build? It's a strength and in-stacking righteous fire build. So as you can see, we've got the ivory tower here, which is giving us energy shield per reserved life. A glimpse of chaos, which has nearby enemies have malediction, which means that the enemies deal less damage and we take less damage. This is also giving us max life and global ES, which is really, really powerful. Rings have got attributes on them. This one is a synth ring with percentage strength and percentage elemental damage. But if you can't afford it, you can just get a ring with as many stats as you can. Dex is not very important for the build. All attributes would be better, but this is just what I settled with for the time being. And a helical ring again with loads of stats and dot multi. Shaper's touch gloves, which are giving us ES for our strength. Dune Cubiari, which is giving us damage per strength, which is fantastic. Helps us scale the damage a lot. We've got Eyes of the Great Wolf with attributes and global defenses, which is helping scale our energy shield. And it's also giving us a crazy amount of stats. So as you can see, I've got 2,290 strength, 855. If I put the synth belt on, we get that up to 2,500. Going into the rest of the gear, the Dragon Mace is the reason this build looks as absurd as it does. When I take this off, as you can see, the AoE of the Righteous Fire goes all the way down. That's because this has Elder Mod, which is 3% AoE per 50 strength. It's got 50 strength on the weapon and increased area of effect. The main reason we're using this is for that increased AoE. It just makes the build extremely fun. As you send in the showcase, you just run around and axe around you just blow up. It's just really, really enjoyable playstyle. Boots are synth boots with 1% increased fire damage per 20 strength. These boots are literally 1 million damage. If you check the POE, if you take these boots off, you lose 1 million damage. They are absolutely insane. So it's really hard to get them on an energy shield base. As you can see, these are eye level 75, which is not the greatest, but these are quite important. Again, another point with the Ivory Tower is Ivory Tower normally rolls 30 to max ES per 100 reserved life, but if you put a tailoring orb on, you can get it to 8% increased explicit defense mods, but those tailoring orbs are extremely expensive, so just be warned. You're better off just buying one of these that has already been rolled. Belt-wise, this is Lid's idea. Most of the other guys are running a percentage increased strength belt, but Headhunter in maps is beautiful. We can get more AoE, we can get more energy shield, we get hasted buff, which allows us to just zoom through maps easily like an unkillable fire god. It's really, really fun. I do keep this belt in my inventory in case I need to do any bossing. It's a very quick, easy swap. And this just gives me about 400,000 more damage. But obviously, Headhunter buff damages aren't calculated in POB, so it's more of like a feel. Skill-wise, we're running Righteous Fire. We've got Val Righteous Fire. We've got Flammability Curse. We've got Scorching Ray, Flame Dash. Aura-wise, we're running Period of Elements for the ailment immunity. We've got Period of Fire, Discipline, Malevolence, and then I've also got Vitality in as well. So taking a look at the tree. Ascendancy-wise, we take Shavron's Wrappings, Obliteration, and Zerfi's Heart. Here we've got a Timeless Jewel, which is giving us percentage strength here and here. You'd obviously want ideally to have the 3 strength nodes, but that's extremely rare and would cost a fortune. So we're just settling with a 2 for now. Unnatural Instinct over here. We've got an Impossible Escape with Leith Shade, which allows us to take these nodes here, which is increased ES, increased life, which is very important for the build, as well as growth and decay. You'll see that we allocate Melding via an Anoint. Moving over here below the tree, Prismatic Skin for maximum resistances, a Watcher's Eye with damage multiplier while affected by Malevolence, and increased ES recovery while affected by Discipline. This is extremely important, so please don't skip on this. You can see over here, we take Blood Magic, which is why we've got no mana. We've got 10% more life. And this is allowing us to enable the life reservation through the Ivory Tower, which is giving us loads of ES. Over here, you can see we've got a normal Cobalt Jewel with life, fire res, fire dot multi. Over here, we've got a large cluster. You will probably need to self-craft these. You probably won't find a fractured 35%er, so you'll need to self-fracture. These have got all attributes, life, strength. These are the best attributes you can get on these large clusters. I've got T1, T1, T2. But you ideally want strength, life, all attributes, or instead of all attributes, int can be fine as well. Another Crimson Jewel here with fire res, life, and over here we've got an Emperor's Mastery, which is giving us even more attributes as well as life and global defenses. Rational Doctrine here, which is giving us Consecrated Ground, which really helps with our regeneration. Important keystone here, Zealot's Oath, which means our life regen is being applied to our energy shield. Another large cluster, which is similar to the one that we have at the bottom there. A Split Personality for more attributes. A medium cluster with Master of Fire and Fan the Flames. This is also very hard to come by. You'll need to self-craft, as you will need to with a lot of other gear in this build. If you're interested in crafting guides, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to make them or guide you guys through the crafting process for the majority of the items in this build. And then another Split Personality over here. A couple of points that I need to mention that will make the build feel terrible or not fun to play. You need to make sure that when your flasks are down, you've got at least above, I think it's 85 fire res. If you have below 85 fire res, your Righteous Fire is going to burn you and it's going to take your ES. This build has been extremely fun for mapping. I've done a lot of ritual farming. It's my current setup at the moment. I did more of my own Delirium farm, which has been quite fun. I've done Scarab farming, just testing out a whole bunch of different farming strats. But having a build where you don't have to push any buttons is just really fantastic. So yeah, it's a bit of a different take on RF, but I'm finding it really fun. And having a build to dump a lot of currency into at this stage in the league is never a bad thing. Keeps us playing for a bit longer. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy, please consider giving me a sub and the video a thumbs up. It does help the channel out quite a lot. I do stream on Twitch at FPBNick. You can find the link below in the description. But other than that, guys, I hope the rest of your day is a good one, and I hope you drop a bunch of divines today. Take care.